It had been a very tough time on the island of Sodor. Neil had demised and did not go out silently. A few other engines had accidents also. How Sodor was not doing well. Many engines had been injured in crashes, and they were losing many visitors. It was nearing the end of summer, and summer was mainly where they would usually get visitors. But after they heard the current events, they didn't come. So Sir Topham Hatt decided to make a special train. Sir Topham Hatt was thinking about adding a special train, but the engine said no, as it would only cause more disturbances. Later that day, Wilbert was coming down the line. Later that day, Wilbert was pushing some freight cars towards the docks. He was heading up towards the track that led to the mainland. He didn't know at the time, but the points were switched that way. The drawbridge was lifted. However, Wilbert kept on shunting. He didn't see in front of all the freight cars. Then there was trouble. A freight car went right into the drawbridge. The freight cars went and went. Wilbert tried to stop. Stepney was just taking on some coal when he noticed. He raced to the rescue. "Help! Help!" screamed Wilbert. Soon, Stepney coupled up. He was uncoupled from the freight cars, and he got away just in time. The cars sunk quickly into the ocean. Then they heard a familiar voice. "Stepney, did you just save Will?" "Yes, I did, sir." "Well, thank you for that. You managed to save one of my engines from a deadly crash. Wilbert, you may go now." "Stepney," said Sir Topham Hatt. Stepney had gone to a warehouse. "Oh, yes. All of your actions lately have been gone unnoticed, and I think that you deserve some kind of credit for them. Therefore, I present to you Old Slowcoat." Stepney was shocked. "This, Stepney, is your new coach." Rosie had shunted Stepney's coach, Old Slowcoach, into the warehouse. "Why, I never! Sir, did you really?" "Yes, I did. Yes, I did." "Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you indeed." You will pull Old Slowcoach from Kelsthorpe to Great Waterton. There will be a tour of Sodor." "Why, thank you, sir." "Oh, yes, Stepney. Now, the train should be ready tomorrow. It'll be your first day. Good luck." And the Fat Controller stepped away. Stepney had never felt more proud. Meanwhile, after the engines heard the Fat Controller's decision, they all had a meeting. "Listen up," said James. "I don't like what the Fat Controller is doing, and what he's doing is wrong. It will affect the railway, therefore it will affect us." "Unfortunately," said Arthur, "James is right. He truly is. I mean, just look at it. You can clearly see that he's almost doing away with the railway this way. It's not right what he's doing, and we have to put a stop to it. His decisions are not right. We have to put a stop to it. It'll only attract more attention, therefore giving the Diesels more of a chance to destroy us." Diesel sat in silence during the entire thing. "Diesels," said James, "are good-for-nothing pieces of hunk. I mean junk. Sorry, my English isn't that good. Oh, shut up, James. Listen, Fat Man isn't listening. We have to do something about it to get rid of those useless, oily pieces of garbage. Diesel was extremely offended. He went away, wishing that he had never heard anything. Derek noticed him leave. James, Derek spoke up. I don't think you should be so rough on all diesels. Some of them are good, like Diesel. He's rather nice. And me, for that matter. Boko, Daisy, Mavis. Really, because the last time he was with those diesels. But he learned his lesson, said Derek. Don't you get it? You have to give people another chance, or in this case, diesels. Derek went away. All right, then whatever. We can do it with this without him. I, said Arthur, wholeheartedly agree with Derek. And Arthur left as well. Now, you see, James, I'm not a big fan of diesels, Billy spoke up. But I will say that what you are doing is wrong. And he left. You see, James, said Murdoch. You can't judge one diesel on all the other diesels. I mean, seriously. I hate to say it this way, but it's true. And Murdoch left. Eventually, the only engine that was left was Henry. All right then, Henry, we can do this without those other idiots. We can do it ourselves. No, James, he said. You really need to stop doing this. Oh, shut up, Henry. Henry turned around and went to the shed next to James. Listen, James, it's not right what you're doing. Some diesels are rather nice. I work with Bear. He's nice. Oh, yeah, of course you do. And you like him. You work together with him sometimes. Sometimes. But at times like this, Henry, we can't be sure. James, we need to stop this. We cannot offend every single diesel on the earth. We really can't. Some of them are good and don't want to be what they are. They are forced, some of them. I'm sure that Diesel 10, inside him, he doesn't want to do this. It's all because of P.T. Boomer. It really is. He operates him. It is not their fault. He brainwashed him. Believe me, James, you really need to stop this. Henry left without saying a word. At least I can trust Duck and Oliver. They're always on my side. Not anymore, James. And Duck huffed away. Fine. James huffed away in a hurry. James sat silently at the back of his shed. Come on, James. You can't stay locked up here forever, said Boko. I can if I want to, Boko. Now go away. I'm not in the mood to talk. No, James, we really need to talk about your recent actions and about how you reacted to the diesels. Answer, Topham Hatt. Boko, I am not in the mood to talk. Go away. Listen, James, we have to. You can't blame the diesels for what is going on. This is modernization. And don't think it all started on this day in 1946. 'Cause it's not. It started before, when the first diesel was built. It's not the diesel's fault. Diesel 10 was brainwashed. I used to work with him. Really? It's very true, actually. He was very nice, Diesel. He didn't have a claw on him. He was a normal warship. There were some other Diesels that like him there. He was controlled by a very angry man. I remember him saying something about his name being Pete. And then I put it together, and once I saw him on Sodor for the first time, it was truly him. We worked the same shifts together. We worked together. It would be great until his owner got mad. He brainwashed him. He extremely hurt him. He added a claw. Then he sold him. He didn't want to be a part of him anymore, so he completely gave him away to an Irish logging company. He later then met up with him again. Then they decided to go after Sir Topham Hatt together. Boko, I never knew that. Wow, that's big. James, there's more. He said that his owner had built him from scratch. They had worked in college together. 3 men. Peter Fonda, Sir Topham Hatt. Oh, excuse me, I mean that weird, sad, depressed guy, I don't know. Sir Topham Hatt had stolen. They had gone to college together, and they had to build a steam engine for a project. Sir Topham Hatt didn't make it himself. He stole blueprints, and that created bad blood. He then created the engine he was then a failure out of college, and created an engine just to destroy him. At first, he was normal, but then, after he inherited him, he completely brainwashed him. Wow, Boko, that is big. And James, I will promise you that all of this I said is true. Wait, Boko, I'm coming. Philip the Diesel box cam hadn't been feeling that well after Neil had placed a curse on the railway. Philip, being very tired, decided to go into a shed and fall asleep. He didn't notice sleeping Skarloey and a flatbed which he was on. Meanwhile, Stepney was having a delightful time on his first run. The passengers were enjoying it, and it was calm and peaceful. Up ahead was a big bridge. Stepney was about to go over it. It had road running under it, and was rather delightful. Stepney's line also runs near the narrow gauge station. So, after the narrow gauge railway was built, he could visit them every day. Then there was trouble. Stepney couldn't stop. His driver leaned out of his cab and uncoupled the coach immediately. "Hold on to your bluebells!" shouted Stepney. Stepney shot into the air like a rocket. Then Stepney crashed into a flatbed that Skarloey was in before. The noise woke Skarloey and Philip up. Stepney continued down the line, but then came straight off. Stepney had come off at a tight curve. Meanwhile, P.T. Boomer walked out from the windmill. He saw Stepney. He glared at Stepney and ran away. P.T. Boomer, knowing that they would see him once they came for Stepney, ran away, leaving 2 things: a bottle and a paper. Stepney was very dirty. Sir Topham Hatt spoke to Stepney. "Stepney, we cannot have you like this. You have bushes all over you. You're extremely dirty. I'm having second thoughts about giving you this job currently. But sir, it was an accident. I never meant to cause it. I don't want to... What is that? Said the Fat Controller. The Fat Controller read the letter. It was thick, bold, and black. And it read 2 words. Give up. I have a feeling we're not out of the woods just yet, Stepney.